and justice for all.
And let us remain standing for a prayer then. Oh Lord, we thank you for this another day of life. Thank you for the many blessings that we enjoy. Our Father, as we work tonight here to make plans and do for our county, we just pray that you would be in our thoughts and in everything that we do. Forgive us when we fall short. We ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Now, first of all, I want to welcome everybody here. At least this is a little better than starting out at 7:30 in the morning, I think. At least we can see what we're doing. Mr. Burke, are you
Sir,
there?
Denzel Potter.
Here.
John Brown. Stanley Rigsby.
Here.
Brandon Evans.
Here.
Anthony Likens.
Here.
Stanley Franklin.
Here.
Back forward.
Okay, we have a quorum so we can continue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll have the approval of the minutes from last meeting, I suppose. There's anything to be brought about from last meeting? Anybody have any comment? If not, I assume that we'll.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Okay.
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, emergency management monthly report, Irene.
Stanley's got in front of him, order of affiliation agreement for the rescue squad. You all need to approve it,
Okay,
so it can be signed.
y'all have one of your packet too, I guess. You have one.
It's just standard
It's
that we
a-
do every year.
Yeah, what's
It's a
the,
yearly thing that we do every year.
emergency management director and the emergency, or the Wolverine County Rescue Squad, are included in this executive order. It names Irene, who is already our director, and continue on to be the director that she is right now. So do I hear a motion, we accept that?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
No, motion made by Denzel, second by Stanley. All in favor?
Aye.
Hold like sign. Okay, the floodplain coordinator, I think Joe Curd is out of town tonight. He won't be here. And I understand Mr. Road Supervisor's wife's had surgery. And he's home with her. Okay, we've got our new budget, our new treasurer list tonight, Tammy Akins. So, Tammy, we'll turn it over to you.
All right. I don't have all the bank recs done yet. I am working diligently on them. But we do have all of the bills in, and budget transfers. This is before them, right? Y'all should have a copy.
No, they don't have this.
They don't have this, they have
No,
this.
y'all have an appropriation condition report. And it shows in the very last column, if you see a negative number, that is what we're going to have to unlock for on the budget transfers. If you all approve that, then you'll have to let Tammy know what line item to take that from.
What is the amount on it?
On the entire thing. What we're talking about here, Stanley, is on the, it's the back, next to the back page. It's on the road fund department. We've went over on the tile, the pipe there. You see that negative 4,338. It's on page 6 of 8.
Yes.
I need you all to tell me where I can move money around from what accounts to make that in the black.
any of the negatives, there's more than just that.
Yeah, it's,
And there's other ones, there's like the net on page 7 of 8, the fringe workers' compensation is in the red, 2641.78.
what it amounts to is $30,618.09 for the general fund, $6,980.12 for the road fund that needs to be moved.
And you need that
What-
additional $101,000.
From what fund can we legally draw from to cover these out?
Well, these are just budget transfers.
These are budget transfers, it's not that we're
Okay.
taking.
We have to have it affect voted upon.
Well, some of them are going to have to decide because the budget is so tight, they don't know where to take it from. There's a larger amount too, Tammy, if you want to mention it.
Okay. The general fund is, oh, is that what you're talking about?
Stanley would understand that when Stanley reads it. Right from our meeting this week,
Oh, yes, from our meeting this week about the
lease payment.
lease payments.
Well, it's not on there, we didn't budget for it, but we have to pay it this month so that they can have the money to pay the interest payments.
Right.
Remember,
How do you want me to-
it's not on there.
Okay.
So before you can write that check, that has to be addressed as well.
But that will be later or now?
Or we'll have to have a special meeting before, the payments are due by August 31st.
Okay. So how much?
From real properties, they're due to other people, so we would need to get it done.
And does this need action to take care of this?
Well, I mean, until the budget transfers are made, we can't sign a check, you can't sign a check.
Yeah.
Well, do I hear a motion that we transfer this,
You
take care
don't,
of?
well, y'all have to determine which accounts, it may take more than just here tonight. Stanley might want to work on that, where he's worked with the budget with Tammy. Because you're going to have to come up with which line items.
Which
It's going
line
to take
items
several
take,
to get
right.
there.
Yes.
You may
to
want
get
to
it all
approve
balanced.
if the fiscal court wishes to approve to, or to hash it out right now, it's fine, it don't matter. Don't matter to us.
No.
But if some of you could work with her to figure out where you want to move it from. Would that be agreeable to the,
Is,
I need to make a motion to
let him make those decisions, I
to
guess?
let Stanley make the decisions. You all just agree overall that we move funds around within the departments to make everything balance.
Like to do the necessary budget transfers
Yes.
That
within the
Stanley
budget.
has authority to do that?
Yes.
It's all right with all the other guys.
Stanley, Rick, we all make that motion.
I'll second it.
all right, made and seconded, all in favor? Aye. You know, we're running real close on the budget, so this will be probably a freaking happening as we go along, to try to cover their budget items that are negative. Any discussion about the budget in any way, anybody wants to speak up about?
Lord's willing and I'm not dead, by next month I'll hopefully have a lot of it straightened out. We'll be able to see exactly what's going on.
Or is there any special amendment that's supposed to be made on the budget?
No. Those are just always on there in case there is, because there
In case
is.
anything comes up?
How much of our money that we got in, truck license, road
You'd
aid,
have to ask the
All there.
all of them.
We haven't got to that point yet.
Truck license, I don't think that's been in. But she,
We haven't got the big money yet from the municipal road aid. We should be getting it about any day. It usually comes in about mid-August.
How much money should we get?
I'm not sure what it's down.
I mean, it's a large amount, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
the road
a-
fund.
No, We don't get that much. I was thinking 600 and some thousand. It's used to be 900 and it keeps dropping every year.
But she'll probably have a handle on that next month, I would say, because if it's coming in August.
I'll get you.
Stanley, I will try my best to have this, but we will know these numbers next month. I mean, we will,
But I can give you
because,
that.
I mean, we could sit here all night and speculate, but until we know for sure.
I'll look it up in the morning, I'll send you all.
Or hoping.
Don't wake you up.
Stanley said he was dreaming, he thought. All right, let's get on into new business then, and Robin, you're here to talk to us about the helping hand.
Yeah, I've got some questions I want to answer for our shelter. I know that you put an ad in the paper for a worker over there. I want to know who's going to interview these people, who's going to sort through it, who makes the decision as to who gets hired, because we do not want somebody over there that doesn't like animals and doesn't have any heart for these dogs that have come in. So I want to know.
But I would say as of right now, it's probably on hold till we get some budget money straightened out.
So that position is on hold?
For now,
again.
yeah, for right now. And we plan on addressing it as quick as we can. Because I'm sure you can use the help.
Yeah, because their volunteers are gonna get worn out, and, it's getting kind of ridiculous, those, things that need to be done over there. County owns this shelter. They agreed to take responsibility for it when we filed that grant with the State Agriculture Department years ago. It's their responsibility to take care of the upkeep on it. There's things that need to be improved. We are a part of that budget. So let me emphasize that I would really appreciate, and this goes to everybody that has anything to do with this, if you guys could get yourselves together, get us a budget, and take care of things. Is that not what we put you there for? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, I have to do my job somewhere, and if I don't do it, somebody's on my case. So I'm telling you guys, please do your job. I don't care whether you like each other or dislike each other. Do your job. And I have a question. You filed for that grant for the spay neuter program. Remember we talked about it?
I never got any reports in to do that.
So we missed the deadline on that. Okay.
I made several phone calls and could never get any numbers.
Vicki was out of town. Michelle was hoping that Vicki would get those to you as soon as she got back. So maybe next year we can do it again. One of the other things that I would suggest, Stanley, is that maybe somebody from this office could get in touch with the State Agricultural Department, let them know that our shelter is in need of funds, because they were the ones who gave us the grant to start with.
I have talked to them, Robin.
Is there
and
any hope of maybe?
They tell me they don't have any money. There's no use to call them. So I didn't know who else to call other than them.
Yeah.
You go through the agriculture department, don't you?
Well, we're looking for grants right now, because we do have some people in our volunteers that can write grants, that are willing to write grants. We've just got to find some. But I don't want to go filing grants if we're in danger of having the state come in and take over our shelter and shut it down. That doesn't do us any good.
Well, we'd
So
rather that wouldn't happen, but
I hope not.
if there's someplace else that somebody knows to go to try to get money,
Okay.
I'll be glad to call them, or write them a letter, or whatever. But I did call them, and the person that told me that said they didn't have any money, they wouldn't be able to do nothing.
Okay.
So
One of the other things that some of the volunteers ask about is that vehicle that's over there. The people that are volunteering over there don't know if it's fit to drive out across the county. They know it's not. From what they've been told, it's not stable enough to drive out of the county. And we know that we don't ask you guys to supply us with a vehicle to transport these dogs to Lexington and other shelters. We do that ourselves. But it would help if we knew if that vehicle was stable enough to go pick up dog food at IGA or wherever. It would help out if we had something to drive, so could,
We've tried to keep it in running order for the
Okay.
county, across the county, to pick up dogs and so forth with. Now, I wouldn't advise anybody to go from here to Cincinnati or Lake
yeah,
Shore or anywhere.
well, we knew that.
And so-
Michelle said she didn't even know where the keys were to it. So I don't know who's got the keys and,
I don't know.
one of the other things that we wanted to ask is we've had some ideas about how to fix up the place. We know that there's a budget problem, we know there's a lack of money, but let's say that we got some company, Lowe's, Frederick and May, somebody, to donate material for us to do some work over there. And if the prisoners have, what's her face up at the prison has said that,
Kathy.
you know, we can use the prisoners to do work, and we've had a lot of volunteers that says, if we can get the materials, they'll do the work. Is it okay, because this is a county-owned shelter, we can't really go in there without your all's approval, if we get some materials donated and we get workers to go in there, can we go in and fix some stuff up?
I don't think there'd be any reason we couldn't do it
Okay.
that Mike Howard, he keeps a crew, and they're pretty good carpenters too.
Right.
And I think if we had the materials, that we could allow them to go in there and do it, unless there was something wrong legally that we couldn't do it, and I don't.
Well, that's why we were asking, we didn't want to
Right
get
there.
into a situation where we started something and then somebody come back and say, no, you can't do that. One of the things that needs to be improved first on the list, we have those outside kennels. We need a drain fixed there. What's coming out of those kennels when they clean is going on the ground. You can put lime there and you can put gravels there, but that doesn't work. There needs to be a ditch dug and a drain fixed to where that goes into a drain, just like it does on the inside and goes into that system. That's one of the things that we wanted done first.
Was it originally designed to take care of that? Does anybody know?
It was probably supposed to have been, but it wasn't. We've fought with it ever since it was built that way. The design that we asked for, the one that we gave, was not anything like what we ended up with. None of it was like what we had been told we were going to get. Let's put it that way. And that's one of the things that just, for safety issues as far as like bacteria, germs, stuff like that, we need that drain in there as soon as possible. And if we can get somebody else to donate us the materials or design it, you know, we need approval that we can do these things. So we don't even know who it is that we come to for that. Do we come to you? Do we have to go for the whole fiscal court, or what do we do?
Well, I think anything that we do, that we spend any money on, has to come before fiscal court, you know.
Okay. But what I'm saying is if we get somebody else to donate it, we have the materials, we've got to have your approval
I
to
think we can, our crew
come
can.
to the court.
Yeah, do
Okay.
that.
We can do that.
I don't, as far as your drain's concerned, now, I don't know what kind of issue we'd be getting into there. It has to be kept sanitary, I'm sure,
Right.
and meet the standards like the other drain you've got. But, Mr. County Attorney, do you know of any reason why if they had the materials there, one of our crews couldn't do the work?
Our crews, or did they say something about the prisoners?
That's the crew I'm talking about.
Just as long, we could sign a waiver liability. It wouldn't be a big deal. Just don't want somebody getting hurt and then suing us or whatever, but, no, just as long as they sign a waiver, I don't think it'd be a problem.
You talking about individuals, Miles, or the ones that's already working for us? The ones already working for us, it don't matter.
No, I was, the prisoners or whoever that is, they'd be coming in.
And Robin, I do want to say you all are doing a wonderful job over there. Michelle is such a hard worker. I've been over there and when she's working, and we appreciate everything that you all are doing.
Well, the shelter, I feel like it's mine too, because I was with the original crew that tried to get that shelter, and we fought for it for a long time. I don't like seeing it in the shape it's in and the shape it got to, because it wasn't because the volunteers neglected it. It just wasn't kept up the way it was supposed to have been. Money should have been put into it to keep it up. And we're at a point now where, you know, we've got some issues over there that have gotten way too bad. And that drain is one of the things that needs to be done. It's been like it is right now since they built it. But that needs to change. We want to change things. Some of the other things that we want to do is we've got that other building there, sitting there doing nothing. We would like to fix that up, turn it into a thrift store. Remember the thrift store they had with the food pantry here? Kind of like where people donate clothes and then you sell them. We would like to do that and take that money to support the shelter and have it run by volunteers. We just got to get some material and some workers in there to redo the inside of that building to get your all's okay for us to be able to do that. It's going to take some time, but it's one way that we can actually support the shelter, you know, with the volunteers
You
and
talking
with
about
people
the part there
donating.
where the dog food is stored, in that part?
Yeah, what used to be the old store.
Yeah.
That, you know, that's a good building that can be fixed up and we can actually use it. Right now, it's just full of black mold that needs to be, you know, some stuff done
Cleaned
to
up,
it.
yeah.
And I can remember when we had the thrift store for the food pantry, they made a lot of money selling those secondhand clothes and stuff, that they bought the food that went out to these people that needed it. If we can do that, we can use that money to support our shelter.
Okay, we look into,
Appreciate
sure
it.
will. Thank you, Robin. Anything else?
That's all I can think of right now. Anybody else got any?
Stanley, I have a couple of questions
Yeah.
for Dana. Once someone is hired, who would their supervisor be? Like, what is the structure? They would go straight under the judge executive. Okay. What is the timeline that you're looking at as far as appropriating funds for that position? I know that
It's
everything going on
uncertain
in the
right
county
now.
is bottom of the list, but what are we looking at?
I say it's uncertain right now.
Well, actually, he said, you say it was on hold, but I guess that'll be a decision with the fiscal court.
Yeah, when we think we can,
I guess if you all approved advertising it, so if you want to go ahead and hire, you can. It's just the funds probably aren't going to be there eventually. It's just going to deplete our funds quickly. But I mean, I assume that's actually a fiscal court decision since they did have us advertise it. So really, that'll be up to the fiscal court right now to decide.
So do we have any sort of an idea, ballpark? Okay. And I had another liability issues as far as when the vehicle is running and we get on the key. Do we have waiver forms on hand?
Yes, because I think you all driving the vehicle was one of the main concerns. Is that okay for them to drive the
If
county-owned
they're, if somebody's a
vehicle?
county employee, they're covered by insurance and all
But the
that.
volunteers want to drive the vehicle.
Yeah, there needs to be something signed there.
Okay.
Probably
I
more
think-
than just
I
driving.
think that was originally there for the employee to drive.
Right,
So you're getting into issues with if it's volunteers.
right.
So that's one of the things that we wanted to know about, and we don't know. And like I said, Michelle said they didn't even know where the keys are to,
Okay.
who's got them, so.
And I would imagine also for liability issues, any of our volunteers that do go into the building and onto the property to work, we need to have them sign off.
Sure.
Yeah.
County attorney, would you?
No, yeah, I mean, there's waivers of liability. It's all just layers of protection. It doesn't mean, rock solid if somebody gets hurt that they can't
Right.
sue you. I don't want to be like, it's a concrete thing. It's just a layer of protection, but yeah, that would be a very important layer of protection we probably need to put in
And I guess
place.
you could draw something like that up for.
Yeah, yeah.
For them.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so if we can get together supplies to do some of the things we need to do and want to do. Specifically, I spoke with Vicki Stacy about the parvo. We need barriers between each cage because that water flowing from cage to cage, we are contaminating perfectly healthy dogs when the dogs come in there. So if we can attain the goods, do we come to you? Is there county labor available to assist us with the actual construction of these small projects?
I think it would be.
With the prisoners on there.
I think the same crew that could help renovate the building could help do that.
Okay. And do we have your go-ahead for us to go ahead and start cleaning that other building?
As far as I'm concerned, you could. Does the court have any objection to them clean that building up?
Sounds good to me.
And just get the waiver signed first.
Yeah, get the,
Of course, you're already over there doing stuff, I'm sure.
Well, we are, I mean, not me so much as everyone else, but Uncle Dave.
Yeah. So if we could get the waivers as quickly as possible, I guess.
Okay, so
you tell Uncle Dave we're glad to have him too.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job.
Who, Dave?
Uncle Dave, your Uncle Dave, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm holding my tongue on a couple of things right now. The thing is, dogs don't care what you smell like. You smell as bad as they do, so it's all good. Almost without saying that. But, no, this group has been fantastic, and I think we're all beginning to appreciate what Vicky Stacy did all these years. Because it's crazy. And we appreciate your all support, and we don't need to be bragging about the money. We know this county is in a mess, and that the dog shelter is kind of way down here. But we do want to make sure we communicate well with the fiscal court so that we can do what we can do with what little bit of materials we do have. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you.
How many applications do we have?
I don't think Mr. McGuire is here with the Technology Center discussion. Is somebody want to do that one?
He could not be here.
Okay.
He will be here at the next meeting. He's got a lot of maintenance issues going on over at the Enterprise Center, as like we tried to deal with last week. Mainly, there's a big window of some sort that's over there that's slowly cracking, and he's only checked on the seal part of it. The seal alone is $2,500. But he's got a list, and he did promise me he'll come to the next one, because without you all, there's no way we're gonna be able to get through that, other than the way we just did it last week. So, but he will be to the next meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Connie. Somebody here talk about Pride?
That'll be me.
That'll be you.
That'll be me. Linda Rose has always been our Pride school liaison to go out to the elementary schools and teach the students about litter and the different issues. And she has a contract with the county through December, but we don't have any money in the budget, in the line item budget, to pay her. And she wanted to know if she is going to be hired back for this school year through December or not. Just need to know what you all wanted to do.
We give a grant to pay her.
No. No, it comes through the fiscal court. Fiscal court does $5,000, have been in the past. At one time, Pride did, but Pride is kind of phasing out now. And so for probably the last 3 years, her money has come through the fiscal court.
And Miles, the only question I had on that was, we have a contract. Now, whether we failed to budget for it, I don't know if that will matter if someone actually wanted to.
It's the first I've heard about that contract. I'd have to take a look at it.
It was in place probably before he even took office.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I didn't know.
Has she done any work? I mean, so
She
far.
did till the end of the school year.
Okay.
And now that school started back, she just wanted to know if there was going to be money to pay her to the end of the year.
Okay.
How much does it cost to finish a contract out to the end of the year?
Usually we give $5,000 a school per school year.
Probably $2,500.
Yeah, about $2,500.
I'm gonna make a motion to go ahead and pay her to the end of the contract. I mean, at the end of whatever it is, the school year.
I'm saying,
You'll have to make sure that it's a budget line item, input in the budget and transferred.
Yeah, it's not in the budget right now. It's the
All in favor of this action? Let know saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign.
Can you guys repeat the motion, because I didn't hear what he said?
So motion to pay Linda Rose as Pride School Liaison for the entirety of her contract, which is December 31st.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Is that on an annual basis? We do that for her?
her contract was through December 31st. Yeah, it's an annual.
what line item she paid that up for?
We can pull last year's budget and look at it.
Well, I guess that budget ran out June 30th.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If her contract's on a calendar year.
Calendar year, yeah.
That's where,
I just remember seeing a specific line item before. I can't remember what we paid it.
I know.
We can find
You'll
out.
have to pull last year's budget,
Yeah.
last fiscal year.
Okay, we need a resolution on this drainage, structures agreement. Is that right? All right, what do you need to say about it?
It's just a resolution adopting and approving the execution of the rural secondary program agreement between Fiscal Court and the Commonwealth of Kentucky on the 80/20 bridge structures.
I guess it's something we've had in place in the past, ain't it?
This is a new one. We've already voted on it.
Was there
About the
particular
bridges.
wording on that motion?
I'll give you a copy of it. This is just, everything's already been passed. This is just the resolution so we can get started on the work.
Is it too late to get a bridge on that?
Yeah, on this one,
Let's pick a one.
yeah. This is actually last year's.
And we have one for culverts and bridges and so forth.
That's the same deal,
That's-
any drainage system.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is last year's.
But we turned some roads in, like I turned in the Dave Ranch Road, there's a couple culverts there that needs to be replaced.
We, Craig Glendon told me to not put culverts on this.
But I
He
mean,
said
the one
if
that,
our guys can do the projects, don't put them on the 80/20 on this particular one.
Are most of these, structures prefab nowadays?
No, they've been for them, you know, building them right on site.
Yeah.
now the one that we had last year, we put a list of roads or a list of culverts. It was 80/20. I know I turned in Dave Ranch Road,
You
a
may
couple
wanna
more
know what's on
culverts.
it.
Let me tell you what's on the list. This is what has come back from Frankfurt. Montgomery Road, Best Branch Road, Wilson Crater Road, Wilson Crater Road again, Jones Creek Road, War Creek Road, Blackwater Road, Open Fork Road, and Dillard Keaton Road.
But that's for the new one, right?
No, this is last year's.
Well, I turned in one for the culverts. I don't know what.
Well, now, that, you probably turned it in on this, but this is actually bridges, or larger structures.
Bridges are like box culverts.
Yeah,
It's been, what, a year ago or so that you asked for us to turn in a list?
but
And I talked
this
to,
is what,
They sent back.
that's what they sent back. This is what Craig Linden has, he gave us prices on this, and that's what came back from state.
They are companies that build them, you know, prefab like that BD Wilson them.
Mhm.
They
But I'd say that prefab's higher,
I'd say it is.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is.
quite a bid higher. Well, they'll be bid out anyway, so if
Yeah.
they want to bid it.
Yeah, yeah, we have to bid it once we get this contract back into Frankfurt.
I talked to Craig Linden about an hour before I come to this meeting, maybe 2 hours, and I mentioned the Dave Branch Road, and he said, well, you turned that in a year and a half, 2 years ago, have they not got it done yet?
I
So
can't help that
who's,
now,
I
I'm
know,
not responsible.
who's supposed to be doing it? I mean, we voted on, we could go back in the minutes and you could see where we voted to fix that
I
road.
can't help you there, Anthony. It's, you know,
So who do we see? I mean,
I don't know.
because he
Not
said,
me.
maybe he was here when we voted on that one project and he said, well, you all voted on that a couple of years ago, or at least a year ago. You don't have that fixed yet?
Was that on the rural secondary road aid? That's when he usually
Well,
comes.
it was just, we could mention bridges or culverts on that list that we talked about.
Yeah, but they said they took all the covers out of it, the county, they do them themselves.
Now, see, he mentioned, he said, well, that should have been done a year and a half. I told him, I said, well, I'm trying to get it done now.
Actually, that's last year's money and this year's money together in it.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't use it last year.
Mhm. Yeah, because that one bridge is a pretty good size bridge.
So what he's saying is if it's a culvert, go ahead and get the county to do it.
That's what he told me.
Okay.
You see, we've already voted on this one.
Yeah, it has to be voted.
No,
And
we have
the
to approve the
resolution
resolution.
has to be approved.
Have any of those
and
been
signed.
awarded? They're not advertised yet, are they?
No, no. You all did approve for me to advertise it once we got this in place. So,
All right, do I hear a motion on this resolution then, that we adopted?
I'll make that motion.
I'll see.
All right, made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Hold like sign.
That's okay for you to vote on, John?
The resolution.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if it comes,
he's
yeah,
gonna do
if it
it.
comes to the bidding process, that might be a different story.
Right.
Okay, the tax rate, I think it's the same as it has been at compensating rate of 6%. And that's what it's been through, I think, the past few years, or maybe forever, I don't know. Do I,
Well, and tell them the 4% increase is 6.2. You have those options without having.
okay, yeah, if we increase it to 4%, it'd raise it to 6.2, and it'd make it very, maybe $4,500 difference in the revenue that it would achieve. So, I don't know, you can leave it like it is, or you can raise it to 6.2, either way you want to do it. If we raise it to 6.2, we have to advertise, don't we?
No.
No.
Up to 6.2, you're fine. If you want choose to do anything higher than that, you would have to have a hearing. Okay. You can do up to 4% increase without a hearing. But like you said, the difference in the revenue isn't hardly enough to
I'll make a motion to leave it like it is.
set it at
Take a
6%
second.
then.
Second.
Denzel made it, Stanley second, all in favor? I will leave it like it is. Child support, reimbursed the county attorney.
Yeah, I've got a little, a request that I'd put before the fiscal court. I'll just go ahead and read it. As county attorney, one of my responsibilities is to enforce the payment of child support, and I take this duty very seriously. This is why I'm proud to inform this court and the people of this county that Morgan County finished #1 this last year in the performance of child support. Basically, that we get more money per case than any other county in Kentucky. The rankings are determined by measuring how well each of Kentucky's 120 counties performed with regards to establishing paternity, entering support orders, enforcement of current support payments, and recovering past support owed. My office was able to accomplish this extraordinary feat despite starting my term with only 43% of our annual budget remaining for the final 6 months of the fiscal year. As you all are aware, the former county attorney had approached the fiscal court with a request to be reimbursed for expenses related to the enforcement of child support for the period of July 1st, 2014 through January 4th, 2015. This bill was for approximately $2,500, which the court promptly reimbursed through a motion made at a fiscal court meeting earlier this year. My office, by reducing cost and improving efficiency, was able to end the fiscal year with a deficit of only $1,000.22. This was done despite, as mentioned earlier, beginning my term with much less than half of my yearly budget left. I am requesting to be reimbursed for this deficit expenditure. Going forward, I'd like to inform the fiscal court that my office has received additional funding for the current fiscal year, and therefore I believe that this will basically be the last request for additional funding from the fiscal court. I went out and I basically hard pressed them saying, hey, we're in a tough spot. And we're doing our job extremely well. Could we have, an increase? And we were lucky enough to get that increase, but that was for the fiscal year of 2015-16. So the $1,000 would just be for the deficit that from the start of my term until the new fiscal year.
Well, I'd like to commend you on being as good as you are, if you've been #1 through the years, last few years?
It's been about 2 or 3 years since we was #1 last time, but last year we were #3, and we put our nose to the grindstones, and we come out ahead this time. So I'd like to thank my office too. Barbara Cravens and Barbara Leach are a treasure trove of help to this to not only me, to this county, but also to the children of this county. So, you know, they definitely need to be commended for that.
Okay, we need to make a motion to reimburse Miles for this. Do I hear a motion that we do that?
I'll make a motion.
Okay,
Made, Brandon made, Stanley second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, like sign. And by the way, attorney, you look awful distinguished tonight in your coat and tie on. You look like a businessman.
We try to, every now and then.
That to make fun of you, have a commitment.
make sure it don't look bad, Miles.
Definitely me. I try to tone it down a little bit, guys and girls.
We appreciate that. I do the kidding.
Okay, I see, I guess the coal severance for the, see that the fire department? You know what it is?
Yes.
We received that today. You might have a copy of it, I guess, maybe, I don't know, or not. It's $29,581.68 to be divided among 5 fire departments, I think, isn't it? They don't all share alike, but
Well, they all actually had $10,000. Some
Okay.
of them have already got a part of
of it.
theirs.
Is
And,
172 already got theirs?
yes, and
Okay.
Medlar Gap. And the only one left is Caney Valley's still got a little bit, and White Oak's still got a little bit left on theirs.
Next year, let's try to get the dog pound on that coal severance down there.
You will need to talk to Ray Jones.
you did say dog pound, what
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah, I think Ray Jones would be the
And
one.
give them a boost every year, you know, that's right.
But we just need approval to write the purchase orders and issue the checks.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, we've had a report that our road was the cause of the lady that turned up her car, turned up her tire, not car. Hit a hole in the road on 172 and messed up the front end and burst the tire. She has requested to be reimbursed $137.37 to have her tire and her, I guess her wheel fixed. And I'm sure there's holes out there that would burst the tire, no doubt. I mean, if you hit them hard enough, and they would be. But if we feel like we're the cause of this lady turning up her tire, we need to step up and reimburse her for it. For $137.37.
I don't know, is that something?
That would be all right to do that. It may start an avalanche coming in and saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, this
We
is,
can do that, I don't know.
this is more a funding
Did she receive
question.
anything?
I don't know of anybody else that really does it, but if it is bad enough, you know, if it's something that is neglectful by the county, you pay it, but it could start that slippery slope, you know.
Yeah, I'll be curious.
Have we ever had requests like this before, that anybody knows of?
One time somebody run over a nail out there at the garbage dump, and I think we called them a tar.
We got the blame for it?
That's the only thing I can remember. There was some nails out there, I think somebody threw it over the thing, and man came through and run over.
Yeah.
That lived out there. And they requested we buy him a tar, and it's been a few years ago, and we did buy him a tar.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's been the only one.
Yeah, the only one I can ever remember.
I think you probably need to have the attorney look into that myself.
I mean, I think you can do it. You know, it's just a determination by the fiscal court. You know, any time that you know, something happens that we could be legally responsible for, and I know this is a tire, but technically she could sue us. The fiscal court, you know, has the right to go ahead and pay out to maybe prevent a lawsuit, you know, however small it might be. I don't think it's whether we can or you know, we can't. I think it's just whether we, you know, we want to.
Do I hear some more discussion on the matter?
Is the hole still there, or is it?
Aye.
No, it's
They've
been,
done a lot of patching up there.
they've done
Quick.
work since then.
I'm surprised there are not more holes than they are, though. Do I hear a motion, we reimburse this lady for her tire? Hearing none, we'll move on. Okay, let's see, Anthony, you've got,
Well, the first two roads, Marvin Wagers and Jim Henry Finch, they have concrete bridges, and it's starting to crumble. And I talked to Craig, and you may know what he's talking about, and he said that they could fix it with a channel 2s or something tile. You know what he's saying?
Talking about channel 2, that's just the size of rock, put a tile
He
in it.
says that they can do that and fix it. He went up there, I don't know.
Is it a concrete now, or is it a metal pipe, or?
No, it's concrete.
He might be talking about where the water's washing against to put channel 2, you know what I'm saying, lining across the bank or something to keep it from washing into it. That's the only thing I would know he's talking about.
That's what he said. Just, that could be fixed with that.
are
If we
both
got-
these situations the same, man?
Yeah, both of them.
You mean Henry's and Martin's too?
They have about the same type of bridge, so.
Like that, I'm sure what he's talking about, I didn't see what it even was.
And,
Did he say class 2 channel lining, is that what he said? Or you don't?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's just laying rock probably up against the end bent.
Do you put concrete over those rocks and put them in there to hold?
Well, it actually
together?
depends on what it is. If it's eating back into the bank and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you put like a grout or a concrete, just thin layer over it to hold them in place if it gets bad enough. But if you're laying them back against the, you know what I'm saying, the end bent, the concrete, I don't know on that.
Well, do we have the say-so or authority to distinguish what kind of repair we do to it, or do we need to go?
And well, if they just go out and look, Lynn B may have another,
idea
something
about it,
else
or
to do.
then you don't have to come down from the district office?
no, he and I were just out looking at bridges one day, and we stopped there, and he said, well, that can be fixed if they get to it early enough.
Lee and B may have encountered that before over the years too.
Could have.
And the next road there, the Crooked Beach Branch Road, that's Blake Elam, and he said he had talked to you about that. He said if he could just get the gravel, he would go ahead and do the road himself.
Well, it's a solid rock through there. I don't know, put rock in it, it'll probably bounce out of it. There was a little bit of discussion between his grandfather and him about the road, and as to the method to fix it. So I don't know. We'll go back and look at it again and see if we can
Okay.
do something about it. See, James, that's his,
Yeah.
yeah, I talked to him about it.
Well,
And
Blake
you know,
stopped by
let-
and mentioned that he had talked to you.
yeah, we talked about it, and, we'll take another look at it and see what we think we can do.
Okay.
to,
And then,
if it's, you know, can be fixed in that manner.
and then the Day Branch Road, did they leave?
Yeah.
Okay. They're out there. They're talking, the blacktop's breaking away from the culvert, and she's afraid that the trash truck will come up there and it'll completely
Break through.
collapse.
Well, we need to make an effort to fix it for them.
Angie, do you want to explain the situation? I'm sure you've got a picture of it there, I've got a few. Should we stand there?
It's in worse shape now than what it was back several years ago when they put it in, and then it was too small to start with. They got a culvert he's talking about, it's heat up now, and it's tunneling through it. The side of the road is falling off now. But when they put it in, it's 2 foot down below a 3, and it's come over my yard for the last 8 to 10 years.
Show that stand in there.
This broke off more since you was up there a couple weeks ago. You can't see back in there, but it's washed.
Oh, it's back in underneath it. That pipe needs to be
Right
put
there.
a bigger one in, and then
It needs to be a 3 foot there in place of that. The whole bottom of this is already here. where the road's breaking off of it.
Start saying like cattle moving.
That's where you go back underneath.
Yeah.
He knows what they look like.
Shot on top.
All right. Well,
There's a shot where it's caving in.
yeah. All the way back underneath there.
Yeah, the blacktops, that's almost opened it up, there's a little blacktop across. The rest of it's already finished.
Something big go across and break in, huh?
Yeah, yeah, the garbage trucks have done the worst of that now.
Yeah.
There's one down there that's good.
Well, do I hear a motion that we try to fix Mr. Price's problem up there on Day Branch? All right, made and second, all in favor? We'll try to do something about it, Buckshot.
Is it covered?
I appreciate it. I've been 10 years, I think.
That's a new name.
That's Dave Branch Road, right?
Yeah. All right, Mr. Raven?
Whitney Lane, it's a road over off of 3345, which is, I guess, the lower Long Branch. You know what I'm talking about, Stanley?
I don't know for sure if we're doing or not. Is it between Barwater and?
It's right before you get to West Branch. If
Okay.
you're coming
Yeah,
back,
I
if
know
you're
what
coming
that
from
is.
the Ezel end.
Yeah.
Right. There's two houses, two residents on this. They're wanting to, the county maintained this for a long time. There's actually a bridge that they tell me that the county put in back in the mid-90s. That Lee and B might be able to verify that for us, I'm not sure, but it's been left off, of the county road system. And they requested that it be put back in the county road system. It's probably a tenth of a mile. Two residents, and I think there's about 4 landowners. I've talked to, I think, 3.
Is that the same road that the Prophet Boy lives on?
No, he lives on Best Branch.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a little road right before you get to the bridge and to where you turn off to go to Best Branch.
Okay.
But, do we need to have someone go out and?
Yeah, we need to, I
Okay.
think there's 3 steps to go through, aren't they? Mr. Attorney, for the,
Yeah, there's a few steps you gotta go through.
He's giving that to your office, so.
Yeah, I'll give you a copy of it. The people that worked on have to do some stuff, and I think Lynn B has to do some stuff, but I'll give you a sheet on it.
Okay.
all right, do I hear a motion that we accept this road into our system?
Well, you might want to wait till they do all this.
Or are we going, yeah, we'll have to go back and see what's feasible or not, before we vote on it, I guess. But we'll take it under advisement. Okay, is there any other business somebody wants to present before the court?
I go to Cook Plains Bridge. I guess the first question will be the mile on the Witt Road.
Yeah, I think we're about to make everybody happy on that one. I talked to Ms. Banks this morning, and I think that she understands that we're at the last leg of getting everything done. The Niehoffs have given us the deed, description of the property, and everything that they need to. I even think we got half of it wrote. But I told Ms. Banks we'll have it done no later than like next Tuesday, or next week, I'm sorry. Then we'll need somebody to actually go out there and I guess build us a bus turnaround, But we'll have the legal easement, and basically we'll be able to use it from then on.
Okay, you get that done, can you contact the judge and let him get a hold of MB or?
Okay, yeah, definitely.
What it is, her little grandson has to walk to the top of the hill to catch the bus. And the quicker we can get it, so the bus can actually turn around, then he won't have to walk.
Yeah, this will actually put the bus turnaround right across from where she lives, so less than 50 yards. So it'll really help out, with the students' commute every day. But yeah, we're there on that one. Finally.
I hope that.
Finally, yeah.
Now, on cemetery roads, like when you fill out the sheet that we have and put the description, do we still need to vote on them to
Bring them into the system.
to be able to work on them, or do we, I couldn't remember how if we ever decided for sure how we was gonna do that, or
I mean, you always got to vote. You always got to have a description of something, and with the cemetery roads is a little bit different than the sheet I printed out for the regular thing. I think you have to get like 50% or more of the property owners along the road to say yes to it, unless we've already been putting gravel on it and maintaining it before that. But yeah, I can definitely get you up a list on it.
what it is, we've got some sheets that I picked up in the judge's office. And it's for the property owners to sign to give us authority to work on it, or permission. And then a description of the cemetery, where it's at, where it's located, and all that.
You also want a description of the road that people are kind of giving up, because, some people, they just give us the whole deed to the property. Well, if you want to give, your whole property to Morgan County, that's all right, but, if you just want to give that one tract, then you need to describe it. We don't want to get into the business of describing the land, it be wrong, and then somebody sue us. If we can have the property owners themselves write the description, then there's no confusion whatsoever.
Okay. But then once it's notarized, then it still needs to be voted on by the court, right?
Yeah, if we're taking a road in, yeah, it's got to be voted on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I've been talking to some of the boys at the transfer station today, and they've got a little problem with, they said they was having to tally up their money at the end of the day. And it kind of, when they're trying to get everything finished up for the end of the day, is there a problem with them writing the receipts and bringing the money to the judge's office and letting them tally it up?
It's an internal control problem, because they're taking responsibility for for what they take in. They want to check it. They'll want to need to check that. They need to check that. So that way, there's two checks that way. They check their own money, and they know that it's good, and it matches the receipts. Then they leave it in the drop box. Then someone in the judge's office checks it after that. So yeah, that needs to be done.
I
It's
think
just
the
adding
bill
it
control
up.
needs to be done, Sally. We used to have to do that, around the bank. Two different ones count, make sure it's all right.
Well, what if they don't get time to do it of the evening when they're trying to get everything closed up?
Well,
I guess they can go back and get it in the morning and tally it up in
yeah,
the
I tell
morning.
it next morning, that'd work.
Yeah. Just go pick it up, tally it up, and bring it back up to the judge's office.
The way they describe it to me, a lot of times, of course, it's kind of like any other business, I guess. Seems like everybody wants to come right quitting time. When they're trying to get closed down and everything, and a lot of people comes in, it makes it really hard for them to, to take care of the customers that's there. And because a lot of times, if they get a big bunch to come in, then one of them has to mash the garbage down, and the other one has to run the scales, and it kind of,
Well, they can tally it up the next morning, and then they'll check it. So that gives us a good check both ways. I think that's what ought to be done, man.
I'll talk to them then, see. I guess that's all I have, bro.
Lynn, did you ever find anything in the minutes over Annalise Road? That's another deal about like Brandon's. County's gonna put the bridge in. That's what she tells me back when Mickey was road foreman.
I looked too, and I couldn't find anything. And I'm not saying it's not there, because it could very well be.
I couldn't find anything on Whitney Lane either.
She said what they named it back then was Little Lick Branch.
Now, I've not had time to get back into the minute books and go on back.
I didn't look for that. I didn't know we look under that name.
That's what she told me the other day. Little Lick Branch is what they named it back then when the county done the bridge and they put it in and all that.
One other thing, or You do?
I'm done.
Okay, I didn't mean to jump in front of you, but I forgot. The thing that I wanted to mention, probably, I guess more than Miles, and like he ain't got nothing to do, but, on Ed Witt Road, I think the judge talked to some of the people, or one of the people or something, or, but anyway, to make a long story short, there's a guy there that says he don't think it's a county road. And, he is wanting proof, I guess would be the best way to say it, that it is a county road.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just wanted to give you a heads up. I mean, I don't know if that's something that we, I don't know exactly what.
I think I'd read a letter about a week ago. Was that the one I copied? Or no, that was Mr. Wright, I think. Okay. Easiest thing to be, there's an expert we have, that's Lynn B. I'd say just let Lynn B go up there, write us out. He's done it for us 3 or 4 times before. He'll see if it's a road, he'll see how far it is, and he'll look at the controversial part of it and tell us whether that is indeed, county road or not. Because I don't know, myself, but I know they have the big map up there and they kind of, they keep track of it. We'll just have Lynn B go out there and write us up something, if it is or if it isn't, so.
I forgot one road, Wheel Rim Road, Bob Dunn. There's a cemetery there that needs to be worked on. Do you know if Lynn B went up and checked that out?
Hemorrhoids,
Gary?
Gary Warren looked at it, yeah.
Have they
And
done
we'll
any?
get to it as quick as we can, yeah.
Okay.
I've got something I wanna bring up about Donnie Dye back there. He's hauling our dead animals for us, and he'd like to be any way possible, get paid more than once a month on it. I think we might have talked about that before.
But we got it raised from 135 to 150. I didn't know anything about being paid more than that.
I mean, well, what he wants is paid more often. I mean, instead of once a month,
Yeah.
Any way we can do that, or?
Does that come through the ASC or the FHA, not FHA?
It's a grant.
But it's not on our pre-approved
It's not on
list.
our, no, it's not on our standing order list, so I don't know.
Can we
That's a,
put it on
We can make an
there?
attempt to,
Huh?
we can make an attempt to, and see if we can get it.
Did you all contact DLG and see if we can amend the standing
No,
order?
we need to send it to
Of Robert? That's the only way I know is if we could amend the standing order.
I'll make the motion that, if we can, we pay him weekly if it's possible, or something,
Or per item.
Yeah, or every day, I mean.
Yeah,
Donnie, hold on.
The only problem is, Donnie, that all of the expenditures have to be approved by the fiscal court before they're paid. But we do have certain ones that are on standing order, and if that, we can get them on there, and I've never had it amended before, but if they can get it to be amended and the DLG says that's okay, we can. If not, then the treasurer's not actually allowed to issue the check till a meeting. So, of course.
Seen that part of it. USDA contacted us and told us the funds were there, they were available.
They are
They
there.
had to be amended through you guys in order for it to actually stand up.
Right, right.
Redundant.
Yeah, we don't care a bit, I mean, nobody here cares a bit to pay you as often as we
I
can.
mean, so far, it hasn't been that big of an issue. They take their bad money, they didn't run into a bunch of money.
Right, right.
We commend you for taking them off this kind of time too, Donnie. That's how they get pretty ripe.
You're making the motion that we amend it and add it if we can.
If we can.
And I'll second it.
Made and seconded that we pay more often if allowed to do so.
Also, I want to say, I've got a real bad culvert up on Lacey Creek Road that the bus has to go across, and I don't know if it's, it's falling in even on top.
Lacey's Creek,
It's
I think it come in today, the name of it did, for us to take a look at.
It's right in front of Bill Conley's house there, and it really needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
And then on up the road there, I've got a culvert up there that I'd like to get on that bridge program, the next one we have. This last big flood washed a lot of the blacktop off of it. And I got under it and looked, and the pipe's all leaked up. I mean, it's just the blacktop holding it up. I mean, we need it. But it really needs a bridge there, because every time the water gets up, it gets over the road there. See, this last time it washed about 2 inches of blacktop off of it.
Is that to the right of Billy's house, where you look at his house?
Now, yeah, the first one is. But the next one's right there at the mouth of that holler where Jimmy McClure and them live,
that be put on FEMA?
It could be.
Say, it could be that.
Yeah, that sounds like a FEMA.
But that first bridge, I mean, it needs to be fixed bad, because it's dangerous for school bus crossing. I mean, it's not a bridge, it's a pipe.
Yeah.
And the pipes each plumb up, even the top of it's falling in,
Galvanized pipe?
It's galvanized pipe.
We need to do a vote on that motion. Denzel
Or
and John.
DLG.
For deal.
Standing
Oh,
order.
yeah.
Standing order for the.
Amend the
Yep.
standing order to add dead animal removal pay.
Yeah,
for,
To get paid more often.
contingent upon approval through DLG.
yeah.
He made it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mental
I
health.
second it.
John said, all in favor, we said aye, didn't we?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
And we commended Donnie for taking them off this time.
I heard you say that.
Josh?
Speaking of FEMA, have we ever done anything over at Lost Creek over at Jellicoe? Where the one
Hasn't
side's,
been anything done yet. Now, they, went over there and looked at it, and I don't know what the report was for sure. We got, I guess, their last report. But the way I understand it, we have to do these things before we get reimbursed for them. So the situation we're in right now, we can't, we don't have the money to do them, nor get the money back. I don't know how to go about amending that or fixing that.
I mean, we might can as soon as that larger amount of money comes in.
But on this first pipe I was talking about, it really needs to be fixed, or the bus has to cross it, twice a day. It's really dangerous.
We'll put it on front burner.
It's right there, right at Billy Conley's house where it's at.
And where was the other one, Denzel?
It's on up toward the mouth of that holler there where Zach Hensley lives. I mean, Wally Hensley.
Jim McClure too.
Yeah, Jim and Clerk. It's right there at the old Wacy Creek Church where it's
We
at.
might need to have FEMA look at that.
Yeah. This last rain washed the blacktop, about 2 inches of blacktop off of it. Off, the pipe that's there. And then that pipe keeps plumb up. I don't know what's holding it up.
When is the deadline on FEMA?
We got declared,
We're in the license, July 14th.
Yeah.
That.
yeah, we were
And Lost
declared
Creek on
yesterday.
it.